But now imagine for a moment you're a surgeon faced with a situation you've never come across before. How do you prepare? Well, a new centre that's opening in Bristol will make sure everyone from surgeons and dentists to GPs and nurses has had the training to handle anything that life throws at them. Sally Challoner's been taking a look.
Just take some deep breaths of oxygen. I'm going to give you some painkillers in just a moment and we're going to get you off to sleep.
It's an emergency. This man has been in a car accident and may have internal bleeding.
Thank you.
You're going to feel me press on your throat here. I'll choke you.
It's up to these people to work out what's wrong with him and save his life.
You'll be feeling yourself drifting off to sleep in a second, Mr. Jones, and that pressure will come on the front of your neck.
But of course this is no ordinary patient, and his injuries are being created next door through this two-way mirror by the course instructor.
Give me some of this brain, please. Hurts all down my side.
This is Bristol's new medical simulation centre. It costs £6 million, is purpose-built, and gives every kind of health professional the chance to train for real-life situations.
It's a very useful tool for practicing for events that could happen out in the street, or in a surgery, or in a dental chair, or in an operating theatre.
Using the computer, he can throw in any kind of complications he wants.
I've still not got breath sounds on the left.
You can have a whole selection of patients to which you can then subject a whole variety of different types of scenarios.
I think he's got a pneumothorax on that left side, actually. I think we're going to have to decompress him on that left side.
For everyone involved in healthcare, it's invaluable practice, though sometimes it can seem too realistic.
Many of the Americans don't like the idea of killing a mannequin in theatre because they worry about the psychological effects on the students. But we found that if it's done carefully and appropriately with counselling afterwards, it is actually a very useful learning experience, because people do need to deal with fatal situations sometimes.
This dummy cost $180,000. There's also a whole room, almost ready, that can act as a casualty department or intensive care unit. There are even children to practice on.
It's difficult sometimes to convey that realism to people when they first arrive at the simulation centre, because obviously they see a rubber dummy and think, well, I'm not talking to that. But once we put them in here in a realistic theatre and the dummy starts to speak back to them, then they start to slip into the usual kind of behaviour that they would adopt in theatres, and it is actually very realistic at the end of the day.
The new purpose-built centre is an extension of the facilities based near the old General Hospital, which were cramped and limited. In the new year, they'll take delivery of a dummy specially built for accident and emergency, the first one in the world. Sally Challoner, BBC Points West, Bristol.